Hello everyone, welcome back to GTA Vice City Ultimate 100%. This is episode 8, and in this episode we're going to complete two side missions, all located in the same place in downtown. Uh, Specifically, it's the off-road track that you can find in downtown. So there are two missions associated with this track, and basically they are the same thing, only they use different vehicles and run in the opposite direction, let's say, of the truck. Uh, the first one is using the Sanchez, and the second one is using the Landstalker SUV. So in this first segment, I'm going to complete the first difficulty of both of the events, and really that's it. Uh, as for the events themselves, both of them have 4 difficulties. Every time you try this mission again, you get a new obstacle to um, let's say, make your life harder. Um, and yeah, they are the same for each of the events. So, for example, the level 2 has the same obstacle that for both the test track and trial by dirt. These are the names of the events. So you have to complete 2 laps of the track in order to complete it, and that's it basically. For the 100%, you only need to complete this event once. I mean, once for the Landstalker and once for the Sanchez. Um, but as I said, we are doing the ultimate 100%, so we're going to complete all difficulties. Mainly because on the 4th difficulty, you can get unique vehicles. And yeah, you'll see about that in a second. Right now, I'll just, as I said, show you how it looks in general. So, one of the requirements to get to the next level is you have to beat your previous record. So you'll see me wait a little bit just to make my life easier, uh, because on higher difficulties it makes sense that it's harder to complete uh, these events. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. It's going to be quite a short episode, but I didn't know what to put into this episode as well. So I guess we'll just focus on the track. So yeah, that's the test track complete, and now trial by dirt. And also, I won't be showing the fail states for these missions just yet. I'll do that in the next segments as we complete them. Uh, the fail states are pretty much the same as for both of the missions, as you'll see in a while. But yeah, obviously the Sanchez is easier, mainly because you can fall off the bike and it won't hurt you that much. And in the SUV you can flip over, and as soon as you leave the car, the mission is over. So you have to pay much more attention when you're doing the test track. That's for sure. And yeah. So about unique vehicles, there are uh, both not so special in a way. They don't have any special properties to them. For example, being bulletproof or something like that. But they come in a unique color. Then that is black. So for the trial by dirt on the 4th difficulty, you can actually get your hands on a black Sanchez, and in test track you can get your hands on a black Rancher. Uh, so we don't get a black variant of Lone Stalker, as you can guess, but it's actually the Rancher, which is also an SUV, but I don't know. It's, in my opinion, it's more well balanced. Let's say it's not so easy to flip over, but it's also not so swift. Let's say so. Yeah, I guess if we can get some unique vehicles, then we obviously will do that. But that's pretty much it. Uh, so yeah, you'll see me, I think, speed up a bit of this episode because I don't have too much to talk about, uh, and yeah. So we are just about to finish the trial by dirt. You can see me also just waiting a bit, just so I have some time to spare on the higher difficulties. And as soon as we reach the 3-minute mark, we're done. So yeah, now I'm going to save, and then we'll do 2 more segments, one dedicated to each of the events and all of their difficulties. As you can see, the reward for this mission is $100, and every time you beat your record, you increase the reward by $100. So for the second time we beat our record, we get $200, $300, 400, etc. So in theory, you can max out your money on this mission, but it's so slow compared to Cone Crazy that it would take like an eternity, literally, to get the max money. So we're not going to bother with that. We're just going to complete these 4 difficulties. And yeah, as you may have seen it in some previous episodes, but sometimes I have this issue that I cannot move my mouse properly after loading or something like that. Uh, and I'm pretty sure there's a fix for that, so I'll make sure to uh, install it if it exists for the next episode or the future episode, let's say. Uh, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for all the things that you should know about these missions. So yeah, I'll just give you guys some tips, and that would be pretty much it. So this is the second difficulty for Trial by Dirt, and it really doesn't change that much. It only adds a few explosive barrels at the very finish of the track, and for it doesn't change all that much. It may be something you should watch out for when you're doing higher difficulties. You'll see about that later. Uh, But yeah. Apart from that, I don't have any tips for you guys. Uh, Trial by doors, as I said, it's very easy, and the only tip that I can give you for the other event is just to be careful on the turns and on the irregularities in the track. So, for example, this bit in a while, this one, uh, where it's very easy to flip over if you go too fast or steer a lot. And as you imagined, as I said earlier, the obstacles that get uh, added as the difficulty goes up are the same for both events. So when we are going to do the second level of test track, there are also going to be some barrels, but in that case at the beginning of the track, because we are going the opposite way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me skip a bit. So that's done. And now level 3. Uh, this difficulty adds a stormy weather about in the middle of the first lap. So just the bike handles a little more differently. It's sliding on the turns, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The barrels are still there, so I guess it makes it more difficult in a way that you can accidentally steer into the barrels, but you should be fine anyways. So I'm going to fast forward this bit and I'll see you at the end of the second lap. So here we are done with the third difficulty, and the fourth difficulty combines obviously the second and the third. So in the middle of the first lap you get the stormy weather, and it also adds 3 Haitians riding the black Sanchezes with machetes equipped on them that want to throw you out of the bike. You probably can hear them, and yeah, there they are, and really they're not of a threat at all. So we're just going to complete the track as usual, beat the record, and later just shoot them and steal their bikes, and that will be the first unique vehicle from this mission. So yeah, I'll see you at the end of this track, and then we'll move on to the fail states. So now we're close to done. You can actually finish the race, I think, as long there as they are close to you if you want to get the Sanchez. But yeah, as you can see, just shoot them off and we'll get our hands on the Sanchez. But first, the fail states. You can get wasted, as usual. That fails our trial by dirt. You can also simply get busted. Leaving your bike for too long also fails the mission. And as you can see, if you don't beat your record, you actually also fail the mission. So yeah, here's the Black Sanchez. I think I guess it's kind of cool. All bikes are good vehicles in this game. I mean, like most of them. So Sanchez is definitely a fast one and a swift one. So it's a nice pickup. We're just going to save it in our garage, and I guess I'll speed up this bit and I'll see you back on the track. Well, we'll be doing the test by no test test track. That's it. Okay. So here we are back on the course, and as I said, for the Landstalker, just be very careful not to flip it over, because it's actually very easy to do so. I've had I I think I did it in like 3 tries, just because I flipped over at the very end of the track. So just be careful for that. But yeah, the second difficulty just adds the barrels at the beginning of the track, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know what else to say, so I'll see you at the end of this difficulty. I know that it looks like we got rain like on the third difficulty, but it's actually the in-game weather, so that's just a coincidence. I think before the first mission, or in general before the bridges are open, they said it on the radio as when you're beginning the game that some hurricane is coming to Vice City. That's why the bridges are closed. So I think there's a high chance of getting storms and so on at the beginning of the game. But yeah, I think because it's raining already, the message that should pop right here, right about here, doesn't pop. Yeah, I don't know why, but you should get the message that looks like rain or something like that. You've seen it in the first segment. Um, and yeah, so I guess I'll see you at the fourth difficulty, where it gets kind of tricky, or the hardest that it will ever be. So. So I should probably mention that any consecutive tries, so like there isn't a fifth difficulty or something like that, and any consecutive tries just give you the fourth difficulty all over again. So there's no point to continue. On the fourth difficulty of test track, you actually get this guy in this black ranger that is trying to push you over or just get you out of the car, uh, and yeah, it's more difficult in that way, in a way that as soon as you get pulled out of the SUV, you fail the mission. So it's uh, yeah, it's definitely harder. Uh, but as long as you do it like me, that you allow the guy to exit, he'll just try to get you out of the car and he'll be chasing you all around the track. And yeah, I think it can be dangerous in a way. The Black Ranger can despawn, but as you can see, maybe I got lucky or something, but it worked fine for me. Uh, and yeah, if you don't manage to get him uh, to get out of the car, uh, I would suggest to wait for him at the end of the track just to make sure he isn't too far and he doesn't despawns or drives away, because as soon as the mission ends he actually wants to drive off on the road, so just be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we're pretty much done here. Only like a half a track left, or even not a half, and we should be done by then. So yeah, that's it. And now the fail states for the test track. They are very similar to the trial by dirt, so you can get wasted, you can get busted, and actually I think that wasted portion was from my failed attempt. And yeah, you can fail to set a new record, or you can simply just exit, and that also fails the mission. So yeah, you can definitely see that there are differences in these cars. The Rancher is much bigger, but as I said, more stable. Uh, and yeah, it's not so easy to flip over. Like its center of mass is well balanced. Okay, that sounded stupid, but whatever. Uh, and yeah, getting this Ranger, we're done with the track in downtown, and we are done with this episode. Um, so yeah, that's how you get the unique black Ranger and the unique black Sanchez from the test track. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to tune in for the next one if you enjoyed. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.